Welcome back, my dear student of class 9. And in the previous video you have already studied about the plant tissue. As you know, the plants are having so many differences with the animal in the body organization, in the body physiology, in the body nature. So many differences are there, and due to the so many differences, the plants are having different types of the tissue, as you have already studied. Animals are having other different types of the tissue, and the different types of the tissue are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. So these four types of the main tissue system are present inside the animal body. My dear students, let us discuss about the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue are found in the different organs on the outer surface of the body of the animal, so that the animal body is to be protected from outside injury, etc. And as far as the different structural organization of different organs and different types of the protection means in the different types of the animals, these epithelial tissue are of several types, and the several types of the epithelial tissue which may found in a single animal or in different animals, in single organ or in different organs of the animal body. Epithelial tissue, and this epithelial tissue is of so many types, like squamous, then columnar, then cuboidal, and then granular. Squamous, columnar, cuboidal, and glandular. So these are so many types of the epithelial tissues are there in the animal body. And my dear student, remember it that this type of squamous tissue is designed like the mosaic tiles or outer covering of anything in the form of tiles, floor tiles. So just imagine the floor tile means these cells are arranged in a sequence so that the outer covering is to be like a screen cover, where cells may be of polygonal, hexagonal, and they form a tissue that is for the covering of a part, for the protection, to give the shape of that particular organ or specific body surface. After that, this columnar that is present inside the organs, and these columnar tissue are just like the columns that they are arranging in a column-like structure, and these columnar cells are mainly secreting cells in the different organs like pancreas, intestine, gallbladder, pancreas, intestine, liver, respiratory cells, salivary gland. So these are mainly the secretory cells. They found in the different organs and different glands, so that they can be able to secrete the substances. That is why, as well as in the intestine, they are mainly for the increase the digestion surface as well as the absorption surface. And there are some columnar cells which are ciliated, which are having the cilia. So if they are having the cilia, then they are called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Squamous are called squamous epithelial tissue. Columnar are called columnar epithelial tissue. Ciliated columnar are called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. And cuboidal are the tissue that are having the cube-shaped cells, and mainly these are found in the just to widen the surface area of an organ or outer covering of the body. So these are the cuboidal. They may be found in the organ, in the gland, and they are present in the lining of the kidney, tubules, duct, etc., so that these cells perform their own function in the group and like cuboidal. My dear student, glandular cells, glandular tissue, glandular epithelial tissue are the tissue which perform the function of forming different types of the glands, and they may be in the irregular shaped cells as far as the job of that particular gland is concerned. They design like that. They design like the job nature of a particular gland. So glandular, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated columnar, and squamous type of tissue that are found in the category of the epithelial tissue. Dear student, as far as functions are concerned, the simple squamous and striated squamous are there. They may be simple or they may be striated. Squamous are there, that is for mainly for the protection. Columnar, that is mainly for the secretion and absorption, secretion, etc. These are the secretory cells. And these ciliated columnar, the main function of the cilia is just to expel out the unwanted material in the organ, in the system, which are coming inside. So that is why the ciliated. The example is the respiratory tract. In the respiratory tract, somewhere it is not ciliated, but cilia-like A's are there. Cilia-like A's are there, and that act as the ciliated columnar tissue. So these are two types of the columnar tissue. Cuboidal, that is mainly made up of the cube-shaped cells, and they look polygonal in shape, and their location are kidney lining, salivary glands, where they provide the mechanical strength. These glandular tissue provide the mechanical strength to the particular gland, as well as the cuboidal tissue also provide the particular mechanical support to the gland. Side by side, this glandular tissue is made for the specific gland for the purpose of the work that is designed for the gland. So these are the types of the epithelial tissue. After this epithelial tissue, my dear students, come to the next, and that is the muscular tissue. Muscular tissue. Dear students, after this epithelial structure, there are muscular structures that are found in the human body or in any other animal body for the purpose of mechanical work, smooth work, and other type of specific work like the cardiac muscles. So the muscular tissue is divided into muscular tissue. This muscular tissue is divided into mainly three types. Number one, voluntary. Number two, involuntary, and number three, cardiac muscles are there. So the second type of the animal tissue, that is the muscular tissue, which are categorized into three categories, and these three categories are the voluntary, involuntary, and cardiac muscles. These are also called striated, smooth, and cardiac. So voluntary muscles are striated muscles, involuntary muscles are the smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles are the cardiac muscles. Striated muscles are mainly for the mechanical work of the body, and these voluntary muscles or striated muscles are elongated muscular cells. Elongated muscular cells are found in the group, and they are multinucleate. They form a muscular bundle so that the mechanical work can be increased in amount, in strength, so that animal is to have the more and more strength in their body. They feel the strength in their body so that they can work properly, they can work in large amount of the work. So these are the striations. They are multinucleate tissue. Because of the multinucleate, they are able to perform the heavy mechanical work of the body. My dear student, smooth muscles are there, and smooth muscles are the muscles which are the smooth muscles are the muscular tissue that are found in different organs, and they are simple muscular cells. They form the muscular part of the different organ, and they perform the function of that particular organ, and that comes under the involuntary category. Animal cannot control the action of the involuntary muscles, while animal control the action of the voluntary muscles. These are the smooth. Now come to the cardiac muscle, my dear students. This cardiac muscle are the specific muscular bundle, which are formed as the specific muscular band. Muscular bands are there, and these muscular bands connect the different strips of the muscles, and these are called as the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle, the main characteristic of the cardiac muscle is to provide the work efficacy to the heart, and these are found in the heart so that heart can function throughout the life. Once it switch on, it performs all the functions throughout of their life. Dear students, after this muscular tissue, now come to the connective tissue. Connective tissue. And the connective tissue are of two types. The connective tissue are of two types. Connective tissue are of two types. Number one, liquid connective tissue. Liquid connective tissue. And second is bone and cartilage. Bone and cartilage. These type of tissue. Therefore, my dear students, these two types of the connective tissue are there, and they found in the animal body as they maintain the connection from one part of the body to the another part of the body of the particular animal. Dear students, let us see about the liquid connective tissue and liquid connective tissue in the animal, in the human especially. This is of two type, mainly two type, blood and lymph. Apart from blood and lymph, two more types are also there, that is adipose and areolar tissue. Adipose and areolar. Adipose and areolar are the parts of the blood and lymph, functional part as well as the structural part. So, if you understand the blood, the tissue of the blood and tissue of the lymph, then you will be able to understand the areolar tissue and adipose tissue. My dear students, come to this connective tissue, and first of all take the example of the blood. As you know, this blood is made up of RBC, red blood corpuscles, WBC, white blood cells, and platelets. These three components, these three types of the cells are there in the blood. These red blood corpuscles are the cells which don't have the nucleus. They don't have the nucleus. Only hemoglobin is there. That is hemoglobin, heme plus globin, that is found in the red blood corpuscles. While white blood cells are, the cells are having the nucleus, and nucleus is of several types, different types. The different types of the WBCs are there. They may be monocyte, they may be basophil, they may be neutrophil, eosinophil, and so many phils are there in the category of the WBC. The main function of this WBC is to protect the body from the different types of the bacteria and viruses, foreign objects, and they perform the function of the phagocytosis, while RBC perform the function of the transportation of the oxygen and carbon dioxide while combining with the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the combination of protein and iron, and platelets are the irregular shaped cells. These are the irregular shaped cells, and they are found, they release the thromboplastin which help in the coagulation of the blood or blood clotting. So these are the cells which are responsible for the clotting of the blood during the bleeding. So these three types of the cells are found, apart from the plasma and water also. Plasma is also found in the blood, and that is called the blood plasma. But as far as cells are concerned, tissue is concerned, these RBC, WBC and platelets are found in the blood. While in lymph, lymphocytes are found. Lymphocytes are found, and these are of two types, T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. So these two T and B lymphocytes are found in the lymphocytes in the lymph, and blood flow in the blood vascular system, while lymph flow into the lymphatic system. So my dear students, we will continue this connective tissue in the next video also, and we will be able to discuss the we will be able to discuss the some other features of this connective tissue, adipose tissue and areolar tissue along with the nervous tissue. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.